What is the spiritual dream meaning of tornadoes? What if that tornado ripping through your dreams isn't trying to destroy you, but trying to wake you up before it's too late? To understand this, we have to talk about someone who survived a real-life storm. Tina Turner, born Anna Mae Bullock in 1939, didn't just live through chaos, she was pretty much born right into it. Her parents left her, then at 17, she meets Ike Turner and gets pulled into his world. What came next was almost 2 decades of pure terror, a slow, systematic violence that tried to erase who she was. You see, the tornado in Tina Turner's life had a name: Ike.
And then, on July 2, 1976, after a horrible beating in a limo, something in Tina snapped. She fought back, she ran. She walked into a Ramada Inn in Dallas with just this, 36 cents, and a mobile gas card. That was it. She had absolutely nothing. No plan. Only a name. The one thing Ike had given her that she decided to keep.
She started over, from scratch. It was painful. She found her anchor in Buddhism, and by 1984, she was the most successful solo female rock artist of all time. Get this, the tornado didn't kill her. It stripped away everything that was never truly hers so she could find everything that was. And that is exactly what your tornado dream is trying to tell you.
So you have to ask yourself, really ask, why does this dream keep coming back? And what specifically is it going after in your dream? Your house? Your job? Is it targeting a person? What is in the crosshairs? And why do so many of us, so many women, have this exact dream at the biggest turning points of our lives? And here's the big one, the question that really matters. Is the tornado you, or is the tornado something coming for you? Now, let's be crystal clear about something. A tornado in your dream is not random. Your subconscious doesn't just waste its time in your sleep creating these massive, elaborate weather events for fun. Something is building, something is breaking, or maybe something already broke and you just haven't let yourself see it yet. From a psychological point of view, these dreams are one of the most powerful symbols you can possibly experience. They don't just show up when things are calm. No way. They appear when you are standing right at the intersection of who you used to be and who you're being forced to become. They show up when a relationship is about to shatter, when a career is crumbling, or when a massive spiritual change is coming, whether you ask for it or not.
Cognitive behavioral therapy gives us another way to look at it. It basically teaches us that all the stuff we push down during the day, it doesn't just vanish. It builds up pressure. And all that pressure, when you ignore it for long enough, becomes a tornado in your dream world, spinning and roaring and demanding that you finally pay attention.
And this isn't just some modern psychology take. Spiritually, this is ancient. You look at almost every major tradition: Indigenous American, Hindu, Norse, West African, even Christian mysticism. And the great wind, the whirlwind, is a symbol of divine force. It's a symbol of a cleansing transformation. It's not seen as evil. It's seen as necessary. It's the universe screaming, we can't move forward with what you're holding on to.
And that brings us right back to Tina Turner. For 19 years, she carried the version of herself that Ike had created. You can bet her dream tornadoes were relentless. But the day she walked out of that hotel with 36 cents in her pocket, the dream tornado stopped. Why? Because the real one had just arrived, and she walked right through it.
So listen to me. Your dream is not a warning to be afraid. It is an invitation. It's an urgent, loud, impossible to ignore invitation to change before life decides to force that change on you, on its timeline, not yours.
The question you have to ask yourself right now, not tomorrow, not next week, is this: what is my tornado telling me I am still carrying that I can no longer afford to hold? Don't you dare dismiss it. Don't just roll over and go back to sleep.
Because the tornado in your dream is the most honest messenger you will ever have. It's time to listen.
Part 2. There is no single tornado dream. There are many, and each one, it carries a specific message your soul is trying to deliver. One of them is yours. All right, let's get right into it. First up are the dreams about the immediate threat. This is when the chaos isn't some distant problem, it is right there in your face. You know this one. You're running, right? The wind is just tearing at you. Debris is flying everywhere. But no matter how fast you pump your legs, you can hear it getting closer. That roar is gaining on you, and you just know, deep in your gut, you're not going to make it. There is no escape. So what does this mean? Let's be clear. That tornado isn't some random monster. It is a truth. It's a conversation you keep putting off, a decision you refuse to make. Your subconscious is screaming at you. You cannot outrun this. It will catch you. So, what's your move? Simple. You stop running. Right now. You sit down, you give it a name. What is the thing you're avoiding? Write it down. Then you schedule the confrontation. Send the text, make the call, look at the bank account, and you do it within the next 48 hours. Face the storm, and the dream will stop. Now, let's talk about a different kind of threat, one that feels a lot safer, but trust me, it's just as dangerous. In this dream, the tornado is way off on the horizon. You're just watching it all happen from what feels like a safe distance. This is a complete psychological delusion. Your mind is telling you that being a spectator to your own problems isn't safety, it's paralysis. So, what's your distant storm? Is it that relationship that's just covered in red flags you keep explaining away? The credit card bill you refuse to open? That weird pain you've been ignoring for weeks? Your soul is telling you to get out of the lawn chair. Stop watching your own life unravel. You have to move. Now. But what happens when it's not just one thing chasing you, or one storm on the horizon? What happens when it feels like the chaos is coming at you from every single direction at once? That's the feeling of being completely overwhelmed. You look to your left, there's a funnel cloud. You look to your right, another one's touching down. There are tornadoes everywhere, maybe dozens of them, and you are surrounded. This is the dream of being completely and utterly overwhelmed. Your nervous system is at its breaking point. The message from this dream is not what you think. It's not about fighting harder on all fronts. You can't fight every fire at once. The message is to triage. You have to pick one. Just one. Here's the tactic. Get out a piece of paper and write down every single tornado in your life, every major stressor. Now look at that list. Which one of these things, if you solved it, would make the others smaller or maybe even disappear? Circle it. That is your only focus now. Everything else is just noise. What if the tornado destroys your house? In dream language, the house is you, your identity, your sense of self. To see it leveled is terrifying, but it's not just destruction. It's a forced renovation. The dream is saying that the old you, who you thought you were, just can't stand anymore. It's time to rebuild on a truer foundation. Now, if you dream about pulling other people to safety, frantically trying to save them from the storm, the message is brutally clear. You are over-functioning. You're carrying the emotional weight for people who need to be carrying it themselves. So you have to ask yourself this question, and be honest. The person you're trying to rescue in your life, are they even trying? Are they fighting for their own survival? Because if they aren't, then you letting go is not abandonment, it's sanity. You have to save yourself first. Sometimes the dream doesn't put you in the path of the storm, but directly inside of it. These are not dreams of terror, these are dreams of profound revelation. This is one of the most powerful dreams you can have. You're inside the funnel, chaos is spinning all around you, but you are unharmed. You are in the eye of the storm. This is a direct message. You have an indestructible core. No matter what happens in your life, that center holds. And what if the tornado actually picks you up? This isn't about destruction, it's about elevation. You are being forcibly lifted out of a limited, stuck perspective. Your soul is demanding you see your situation from a higher vantage point. It's a spiritual wake-up call. And if the tornado is black, unnaturally dark and ominous, that isn't some external evil. That darkness is yours. It's the grief, the anger, the trauma you've suppressed for so long it's taken on a monstrous form. It doesn't want to destroy you. It wants to be seen, acknowledged, healed. Finally, there are the dreams about outcomes, the messages that come just before or just after the storm hits. These are the final warnings and the ultimate reassurances. You see the tornado. It tears through everything around you, buildings, trees, cars, but it leaves you completely untouched. This is a promise from your deepest self, a spiritual confirmation. Whatever trial you are facing, you will come through this. You will survive. But if the dream keeps coming back night after night, listen up. This is the most urgent warning of all. This is an emergency broadcast from your soul. A core issue in your waking life is being critically ignored, and this dream will sound the alarm until you finally wake up and deal with it. And pay very close attention to who is with you in the dream. If a specific person is there, a partner, a parent, a friend, your subconscious is not being subtle. It is pointing a giant neon finger at that person and saying, this relationship is the chaos. This is the source of the storm. And then there's the dream of the quiet after. The storm has passed, everything is gone, but there's a stillness, a strange peace. This means the transformation is complete. The destructive phase is over. You've been stripped of everything that wasn't truly you. You are free. Remember this, when you are standing in the wreckage, it can feel like you've lost everything. But the message of this final dream is the most important one. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from truth. You're starting from clarity. So the next time a tornado enters your dream, don't run, don't hide. Listen, it isn't a monster coming to destroy you. It is the wisest part of you demanding you finally save yourself.
Part 3. The Action Plan. All right, let's get one thing straight. Reading about this stuff, it changes nothing. Acting on it changes everything. Look, that little window, the one between when you finally get it and when you do absolutely nothing about it, it is dangerously short. So really, the only thing that matters, the only thing, is what you do next.
So what we're going to do is lay out a set of direct applications. This is for different types of people. Your job? Find yourself in this list. Recognize your profile. And then, for God's sake, move.
Okay, first up, we're looking inward. This is for all of you who process things internally, the ones who always seek answers from the inside.
So you've got two main paths inward here. On one side, you've got the journaler, the person who finds clarity on the page, through writing it all out. And on the other, you've got the spiritually minded, who connects through a deeper practice like meditation or prayer. Both paths, they're headed to the same place. It's just the journey that's different.
Okay, if you're the journaler, listen up. Your instructions are simple and they are absolutely non-negotiable. You start tonight. Put a notebook by your bed. The second you wake up, and I mean before you even think about touching your phone, you write. You capture these 5 things. You do this for 2 weeks, and I promise you, patterns are going to jump right off the page.
And that is why this log is so critical. You see, you're not just writing down some random dream. You are literally decoding a message from a part of you that does not and cannot lie. This is your subconscious screaming the unvarnished truth at you. And that journal? It's your key.
All right, now for the spiritually minded. This isn't just some psychological hiccup, okay? This is sacred communication. Your soul is practically begging for your attention. You have to treat this dream with the urgency of a fire alarm, because that's exactly what it is. So don't be vague about it. Take this dream directly into your practice. Tina Turner survived Ike's storm because her spiritual practice became a shelter he couldn't touch. Right now, in this season of your life, your practice isn't some nice little hobby. It's your only shelter. Okay, let's switch gears. Now we're going to look at those of you who process externally. These next profiles, they're for the people who have to engage with the outside world to figure out what the hell is happening on the inside.
And just like before, there are 2 paths out. First, you've got the therapist seeker. This is someone who's ready to talk to a professional, to get a guide. And second, you've got the action taker, the person who finds clarity not by thinking about it, but by doing something.
Listen, if you're the therapist seeker and you've been putting it off, just stop. Your tornado dream is your body handing you a referral. Seriously. And when you go to that first session, don't waste time talking about your job. Walk in, sit down, and say, I had a dream about a tornado. It will bypass every single one of your mental defenses and go straight to the wound. Book that appointment this week.
And for my action takers, that storm in your dream, it's just a mirror for a storm in your actual life. So your job is to do a real-life tornado audit right now. Step 1, map it out. Write down every single turbulent area of your life. Step 2, identify the threat. Circle the 2 that are causing the most chaos. And step 3, take 1 action. For each of those 2 things, you commit to 1 concrete step in the next 7 days. This is not journaling, people. This is triage.
And finally, we've got the protectors. These last 2 profiles are for those of you whose energy is always focused on care, either caring for others or caring for your own soul's expression. So the big question here is, what are you protecting, right? If you're the empath, you have to protect yourself from being completely drained by everyone else's storms. And if you're the creative, you have to protect your inner world by actually releasing all that overwhelming energy.
So if you're the empath and your dreams are filled with you saving everyone else from the storm, I need you to hear this. This is your permission slip. It is not selfish to save yourself first. It's the oxygen mask principle, and frankly, it's a matter of life and death. So here's your homework. This week, say no to one thing you would normally say yes to just because you feel obligated.
Now for the creative. Your job is to externalize the tornado. That massive storm churning inside you, it's looking for a way out. And if you don't give it one, trust me, it will tear you apart from the inside out.
Look, making art isn't frivolous. It's not a luxury, it's survival technology. So this week, I want you to spend just 20 minutes, that's it, making something that represents the dream. Paint it, write a poem, build a playlist, I don't care. You don't need to be talented, you just need to be honest. The point is to move that tornado out of your body and onto something tangible that you can release.
And that brings us to the final word, and it all comes back to one of the greatest survivors of our time.
I want you to really think about this. Tina Turner walked into the tornado of Ike Turner when she was 17, and she didn't walk out until she was 44. She lost decades of her life to that storm.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to lose that kind of time. That is the entire point of this dream. It is an alarm bell, and it is ringing right now, not 20 years from now.
The tornado already knows what you need to do. The answer? It's already inside you. Your only job now is to finally listen. This dream, it's just the final screaming reminder.
And now, you know it too. There's nothing left to analyze. You have your profile. You have your instructions. Do it.